Hey guys, how you doing? Terry with Pasadena Martial Arts, here with my daughter Isabella. We want to film tonight. We actually had a request. We're going to be looking at finger locks. Some of these will be coming from a few of the systems that I study. The Kogorosh, Oyagorosh techniques, Yubi Dori, and Yubi Kudaki is what we're kind of going to go over. My philosophy for finger locks is basically kind of three categories. It's stripping grips, controls, right? So controlling, come-alongs, or transitions. And then the last is damaging, okay? So SCD, right? So stripping grips, controls, transitions, and then damaging the finger. Let's start with a basic lapel grab. So somebody grabs with the lapel. I'm going to actually be attacking the thumb, okay? So they're coming in and they're grabbing and they have this type of grip here, so it's already kind of helping. So I secure the hand. I want to secure the hand right away to my body. If I don't have the hand secured, then she's able to kind of shake me and move me around. So I secure this to my body. I blade my body sideways, pushing my forearm forward just to kind of get a little pressure. So it kind of takes her balance a little bit. And then I'm just going to be pushing my, keep your grip really tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Yes. So I'm going to take the palm of my hand and I'm putting that on the tip of her thumb here, and I'm squeezing and going down. Okay. So again, so I'm grabbing, blading, kind of pushing her arm a little bit, and grabbing the thumb, pushing forward and down. Let's look at the thumb joint, switch sides. So, actually I apologize, let's do here. So what I'm doing to the thumb, I'm not squeezing it like this. Like, can you see that? Making a square or a box. That is painful, right? And tap if it hurts. Right? Hurts. But that's not the maximum amount of pain. That's not my goal. Okay? My goal, if that happens, it's fine. My goal is actually not to make the square, but a pyramid. So I want the tip of the thumb going to this knuckle joint, the back knuckle joint. So it makes kind of a triangle there. You see that? So this is, I'm using my thumb to do that. But I would actually be using the palm, okay, to be putting pressure. Let's see this side. Here, like that. And then these fingers are wrapping here. You see? And that's what's putting the pressure. So now, talking about a couple things. She's got a good grip. She's got a tight grip. I need to secure this, right? A problem that people run into when they attack fingers is if I'm grabbing just my clothing and I strip the grip, right? This is painful. She's going to yank her hand away. Now I've lost control, okay? So I want to secure the hand. Then strip the grip using the thumb in this case. Break it. Now I still have the hand and I can go into whatever technique I'm going to go into. The next one I want to look at is transitioning from one technique to something else, utilizing the fingers whenever they're resisting the original technique, right? So one technique is, let's say kotegaeshi. So if I'm doing kotegaeshi, have a good base and yank your arm back and away. Right, she's yanking her hand away. So I'm actually going to go with that, move this way a little bit. So I'm here, I start the kotegaeshi, but as they pull away, I move with them. My thumb is slipping between the fingers. I'm going to grab the fingers, rotate down, grab the elbow, moving here, and I'll use this as a come along, right, to walk them away, walk them out. Okay. So let's do this from here, and I'm going to move away from her body. Normally you want to be closer, but I'm trying to show this for the camera, right? So as I do the wrist lock, and let's say that she pulled back. Now don't pull back because I want to show it on the camera. My thumb slips As her hand pulls down, my thumb slips inside, and I grab the fingers. I point this down and away from me to turn her body a little bit. If I was here, because they might be, if she's doing the wrist lock to me, I might be pulling back and trying to come back with a strike. So as I'm doing that, right, she might be thinking about coming in with that strike. I push these fingers as that strike's coming in this direction, right, away in that line. Grab the elbow, pull up. It's very painful, and I'm pulling in on the elbow, and I'm not just lifting up on the finger. I'm actually using my thumb, and I'm pushing this across that middle knuckle here of the finger. Okay, so one more time. I have the wrist lock. She's pulling her hand back, blade it across the body, grab the elbow. Notice I'm using what sometimes people would refer to this as a Ike finger, maybe. I'm using this knuckle to blade in here. On your hand, I don't know if you can notice this. If you look at my hand, here, as the finger comes down, there's a knuckle here. If I do this, it kind of goes in. But when I point my finger actually down this way, it causes that back knuckle to protrude. And whenever you do the locks, that's what you're adding the pressure with, right? So here, through, and I'm using that knuckle into the hand, and again grabbing here, okay? So that's kind of the idea, stripping the grip, transitioning. Another transition that I want to show as an example is maybe we're going to do a gyaku ude, right, or kimura. I'm hitting the hands, grabbing, and I would go from here, grab my hand, and go to the back. But sometimes, obviously, they feel it's coming, she's staying tight to me, and she yanks her elbow out. I can't get my elbow, turn sideways. I can't get my arm, right? I want to get my arm behind her elbow so I can slip it in. But if she feels this is coming, when I go here and she brings her elbow back, I miss it. So now I grab the fingers and I'll use this as a transition to my next lock. And I won't really stay here. You could if you want, but I just use that as a transition to get to a better position. Okay, let's look at that again. So I'm here, right? We hit, grab, we're gonna switch to it. They pull the elbow back, grab the fingers, use this as a transition into the next lock, okay? So that's looking at stripping the grip. Another way to strip the grip, let's say someone grabs your hand. This would be like Yubi Kudaki. So let's switch sides, grab with this one. So she grabs my hand, coming up and grabbing the ring finger here. My thumb is going right over the top of the nail and stripping the grip down here. And I'm making that same triangulation. The tip of the finger to the middle knuckle here. So you have the middle knuckle, the second knuckle, and the tip. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not doing this. All right? I'm not doing that. I'm not just folding the finger over. It's this here. So she grabs, ring finger down here. Okay? Now notice something. This is just to strip the grip. If I go here and I grab her fingers, she's not going to stay there. As soon as she's going to yank her hand away. Boom. And then I have to come in, right? So she's not going to be just here. If she does a technique to me, right? She goes here, or I'm sorry, she goes to grab my finger. I'm going to yank my hand away, right? So that's okay though, because you stripped the grip. You're free, okay? So she grabs. I go here. I strip the grip. If they don't yank the hand away, fine. Change it, go into something else, flow into another lock. That's fine. Another example would be, and you guys have seen all these finger locks before, maybe against the wall, right? So I'm against the wall, someone's holding you, we'll turn at an angle, coming up, grabbing the fingers, and stripping the grip this way. Whenever you're fighting with somebody, if you need to damage, right, the finger, why would you damage the finger? Because if she's utilizing a weapon, like a gun, right, knife or whatever, then you want to damage the hand so that it can't use that weapon. Trigger finger, right, breaking the other fingers so that she won't be able to utilize the weapon. Also, you need to be aware of your weapon side. If you're carrying a weapon, what is your weapon side? Do I want to, if I'm being attacked from behind, and let's say I have a weapon on this side, do I want to attack and go to this side? Yes, exactly. So I'm fighting with this one, even I'm trying to get fingers or whatever, and she's drawing my weapon. So you need to be aware of where your weapon is, and make sure you're defending and doing the techniques, the transition, the control, the grip stripping, with your weapon in mind. Okay. So just a few reminders: the thumb, control, right? Grabbing the thumb, pressing here, keeping the triangulation, that's the goal, okay? On transitioning from technique, using the fingers to transition to another technique, right? Here, using the fingers, transitioning, and then once I have the other technique in play, then I can let the fingers go and get compliance. You have stripping the grip, control, transition, and damaging the finger. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, then please let me know.